Alright, so welcome to the Saturday night stream. I'm your host, Platform339. Today I'll be continuing my streaming of Starfield. As for the most part, well, I got nothing else this weekend. So, there's that. Anyway, this stream is a lot later than I anticipated, and that's because I was doing something for my D&D session. More particularly, I was drawing up some art for my new character that I'm playing as, Xander the Paladin. To which, I actually do have the token at the ready. Spent a considerable amount of time on this. A lot of time. So, yeah, there's that. I already made the token of him, to which it is right here. Came out much better than I expected. You could definitely tell I also have like a bunch of other ones. I used the Omega Knight from Fortnite as my placeholder until I got the art ready. To which, you know, it's not as good, but still, I feel like it's a bit more unique towards me and my style. Yeah, there are a few things that I could probably point out there it's probably wrong, real quick, before we get started the stream. Mostly just down to just cleaning up some stuff, as well as just the fact that I literally have Morrowind's moon and star, and just a generic sun, just right there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I primarily based the surcoat's coloring based off the Oath of Vengeance from Baldur's Gate 3. Give me a sec. Baldur's Gate 3. So I pretty much based it off the surcoat that the Oath of Vengeance gets. Granted, not one-to-one. As for the most part, it is outwardly... Yeah, you could probably... No, I think that's the best photo I could get right now. But yeah, right there you see this surcoat, or rather the scale mail. And this is supposed to be chainmail, by the way. This is predominantly supposed to be chain. And I did also base this off the Dark Crusader from Lords of the Fallen. The newest Lords of the Fallen, to which the Dark Crusader was kind of sort of the basis. Of course, again, you can definitely see certain inspirations to some extent. For example, the left hand has a red gauntlet. The crown, as it were, that one's more thorny, as well as the helmet are loosely based off of it, although, again, not one-to-one. It's also much more lighter compared to it, making it more in line with just a paladin. And once more, because the coloring is just much more darker, and again, because the overall game is darker, here it's much more lighter and to some extent brighter. More in line with, again, high fantasy. So again, it's more, the color scheming is more or less based off the Oath of Vengeance scale mail style. Again, red, got some gold, as well as black. Instead of the shield, because I thought I couldn't fit that in, instead I fitted it out with just a sword with, well, something. Thought it looks nice. It does. I still have because it's chainmail, I thought I'd be able to customize it a little bit. Got some chain plates here, a lone pauldron with an armor gauntlet, the other hand just being a bit slightly more armored, slight bits of plating, mostly leather protection, and of course, because I am rocking out sword and board, a sword and shield. And yes, those are 2 fingers that are exposed. Why? Because I wanted to try and experiment with more colors. It's still dark. It's still dark, I will say, or in the sense of like color scheming. It's a bit more monochromatic. But compared to my other stuff, this is a lot more vibrant. To which, where is my other stuff? So yeah, to my other stuff, this is much more vibrant, significantly so. This one's older, I will admit. You could definitely tell with, you know, how, well, techniques as well as just general stuff. It's cleaner, I will give it that. And this one is much more dirtier on purpose because I actually put these details in, whereas here it's much more immaculate, as it were. But at the same time, lacking a little bit of that characterization, I feel. There are more, what's the word for it? Defined shadows, whereas here it's a bit more loose and more just loosey-goosey, as it were. There's nothing truly defined. It's mostly just slight shading, and that's it. But yeah, this one's much more defined with shadows, and yeah, and then I have like two other ones that are, well, I won't be talking about those. Mostly out of embarrassment, but all the same, because it's not that relevant. But still, I'm pretty happy with this one. Yeah, pretty happy overall. Sword is a somewhat proper length, I think. Along with the fact that the shield is also mantled on correctly. Granted, I'm a bit iffed, because my character uses a longsword. I'm a little iffed by the grip's length, but I could always just say that my character is just holding on to it in the back. So, yeah. And, yeah. Pretty much this is just a character in chainmail with a surcoat. I'm pretty happy with it overall. But you didn't come here to see that, did you? Let's get started with Starfield, shall we? I just thought I'd get that little tangent and thing out of the way real quick. I'm pretty happy with how that piece came out. It's not as great as like others, but it's mine. That's for sure. I could definitively say it's mine, and I'm happy about it. So, for the most part, I have been playing this game off stream. That's no surprise. I've made it abundantly clear that I'd be doing that. That besides, though, I did some side quests, did the main story, and pretty much decided to say I need money, so I gotta go somewhere. And here I am in Tau Ceti 4. So I am here in Tau Ceti 4, the same place where the
Really trying to take a little too much on? Literally.
But yeah, here I am in Tau Ceti 4, to which I thought it'd be funny for me to come here, just because I'm a fan of the Marathon series. And I actually started a outpost not that far long ago. To which, give me a sec, I wanna, down. To which I've established an outpost here in Tau Ceti 4 called Tau Ceti 4 Durandal. Yep, I just flat out said it. It's Durandal. I'm gonna create two other outposts. Tau Ceti 4 Leela and Tau Ceti 4 Tico. I'll have them outfitted with AIs in which they'll go insane. It'll be great. I'll have to conscript a Mjolnir force or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty much just here in Tau Ceti 4. And it's just funny. I can already name like a few mods some people would already make for some of the places here, because a lot of games, besides Halo and, you know, Star Trek and Star Wars, there's also like more of the nicher fans, I'd like to think, of sci-fi and cyberpunk. For example, aforementioned Marathon, because the newest game is coming out, I'm sure some people would probably go to Tau Ceti 4, mod in like a bunch of things like the 4 and the like, and, you know, go ham with it. Then there's also the System Shock series of games, from 1 to 2. Probably some psycho making a recreation of Citadel Station or the UNN Rickenbacker, along with the crap. What was the ship called for? What was the ship called for in the second game besides the Rickenbacker? But yeah, I can already see someone doing that. Probably try and recreate Mars City as well. It's just funny to think.
There may not be life here, but we should still be cautious.
It's kind of funny what people could possibly to think about what possible games people will try and mod into this game. Again, aforementioned, you know, Star Wars, Star Trek, Halo, all sorts of other space games and the like. They'll probably try and modders will probably try and import those in, but I really want to see people like try and mod in Marathon or, again, System Shock. Those games could not get enough love these days. Marathon especially. It's nice that they're getting a new installation, but you know, I'm sure some of the fans are more.
This adventure is going. Great. Fantastic. A moment in time we'll treasure forever. I'm thinking all three.
Trying to find my personal storage right now, but I don't know where it is.
Oh my god. I'm literally following in your footsteps right now. It's so cool.
But yeah, for more niche like space titles, I kind of expect some people to actually just do that to some extent. Let's see here. I want to store some stuff because I'm carrying like a crap load of stuff at the moment. Aw, max cap. Worst part is I'm at like max carry weight capacity, unless, let's see here. Is there any way I can like reduce the load a bit? I don't think there is, but still it's worth checking out. Okay, so let's see here. What is on the roster? While walking in Keela City, I overheard two girls requiring my help. Kill the outlaw gang on Cerberus. Alright, say goodbye to Tau Ceti 4 for a moment. I'm sure someone's gonna freaking import the symbol of the symbol of Tau Ceti into the game somehow. Imagine if Bungie just like somehow got involved in the development, slipped in a Marathon reference, and we just didn't know. That'd be great. Well, actually, hard to say. Welcome to Tau Ceti system. I just love the fact that out of anything, they have like nothing. They didn't even bother naming these things. They just named it Tau Ceti and that's it. Yeah, for all the space nerds out there, it's not just Star Wars, Star Trek, Starfarer, Starlight, and some other stuff. No, it's all about that. Sometimes all about that, the Tau Ceti a little bit, you know? It's not about Klingons, it's about Shodan too. So today was session 0 for my D&D game, to which we managed to get into a lot of
Perhaps
discussion.
not the sort of place on which one would settle down.
Alright, but yeah. So for most parts, I have give me a second. I'm trying to figure out where the hell do I even go, because I got like a crap load of stuff. It says to check the ship's inventory, but I have no idea how to do that. Maybe I should give some of the stuff to Andrea,
Hello.
my newest companion, who is a part of Constellation,
A good team always shares the load.
and who I have mixed feelings on for a variety of reasons. I will not say about those reasons, but it's just a variety of reasons. Let's just leave it at that. I've gotten some new guns as well. More particularly, I've gotten this sick pulse rifle looking weapon. Unfortunately, it's not automatic. I can't make it automatic. And, yeah, it's a pretty sick rifle. Got the Heller's Cutter, to which it's, well, I think this is good, I think. I removed this, I removed the sights from this rifle. I'm just with iron now. Found an arc welder. I'm just gonna give it to her. I got more rounds for my AS Val, as well as got some bullets for the 1911, but I just burned through those. Found a space revolver, and well, yeah, that's pretty much about all I've gotten in new stuff. I'm using my grandma's helmet.
All right then.
Alrighty, but yeah. Oh, I also have the ability to unlock expert locks now. So that's gonna be cool to do. More access to loot and all that, you know? Hopefully there's more credits in the storage as well. And right now I gotta figure out what to do with all my garbage deposit right now, because I'm carrying a crap load. I'm sure someone can actually mod Mass Effect into this game. I can't wait to see the Tali or Liara or Miranda mod just legitimately actually fit into this world somehow. Just like Tali and Liara are gonna be a bit more tricky because they're both actual aliens. Tali, best girl, I will fight to the goddamn death for that. And but I could definitely see someone probably doing Miranda, or hell, maybe even Cora from yeah, I think that's her name at the very least. Cora Hopper. Yeah, Cora Hopper. So someone could probably, you know, input her into the game too. Someone just rips out the Andromeda files and just be like, hey. Oh.
I'm glad someone came along. We could really use your help.
Hmm?
We were out on patrol when corrosive vapor started to spew out of cracks in the ground. It wasn't until we made it back that we realized one of our crew was still out there. She must have gotten hurt in all of the chaos. We need you to bring her back. Can you do this for us?
Lucky for you, I'm an expert lost person tracker downer.
I can't believe we ran into you. Thank you so much.
I was hoping to sell stuff here, that's why.
Back to it.
Right, so I believe this could wait a little while longer. So, yeah, yeah, no, I could definitely see some people, like, doing more sci-fi games. I wonder how much... Let me check the skills right now, because I know for the most part when it comes to, like... Let's see here. Unarmed combat, more damage, chance to knock opponents down. Right, there's that. What about duelists? Because I know for... Oh wow, that is good. I know for some for those who want to do like the Star Wars approach, it's gonna be pretty hard to do. Mostly just due to the fact that it's gonna be pretty hard to do like the force push or some such like that. You'd be hard pressed to do that. Along with that, a lot of these planets require spacesuits to survive. For the Mass Effect characters, I'm sure that's pretty easy. They've done that in Mass Effect 1 as well as 2 and as well as even 3. Star Wars, on the other hand, they rarely, if ever, do that. And the only time I've ever seen that happen is KOTOR. And even then, that wasn't really that much. I wonder if we'll come across the Mothership Zeta aliens from Fallout. It's a bit of a stretch, but I can definitely see Bethesda, you know, somehow branching the two worlds together. Say these aliens are of similar background, but not quite the same from Fallout. Yeah, then again, this game has proven that this game has legitimately proven that they are not going to be doing that type of alien approach. More like alien animals and fauna. No alien intelligent life just yet. Well, actually, who knows? We might come across that. Might being the key word here, but I wouldn't hold my breath over that until maybe like at the 50-hour mark, where we actually have tangible proof. Maybe even beyond that. Okay, so into a cave. Yeah, it's dark as hell here. Hello? Anybody here? She dead? Nope. You're still alive. Here. Take this.
Oh, this works. Amazing. Knocked the pain right out. Much appreciated. We should get out of here. You lead the way.
Excellent. A lot of this does take, I would imagine, does take place in the Milky Way galaxy. Again, Tau Ceti is clearly one of them, and you can visit the Sol system, Earth, Luna, and all that, right? I wonder if we'll actually find aliens here. The world may never definitively know, because the closest thing aliens we got are just, well, animals. Alrighty. Tomorrow is Sunday. I have another D&D session going for me tomorrow, to which, for the most part, it's a one-off. So that's going to be interesting. It's supposed to be taking place in the League of Legends world. That apparently, D&D... what was it? That D&D Beyond did at the very least do it. Wait, is that? Sorry, I'm thinking about. Am I thinking about the browser extension right now? Oh yeah, no, D&D Beyond. Yeah, no, sorry, that was my mistake. Sorry. But yeah, D&D Beyond did apparently have like a League of Legends one-shot, to which the guy I'm playing with is one of the players that I played in my Curse of Strahd campaign, to which I actually finished, and he was a good player. From what I understand, he also DMs as well. So then he's doing this, so I figured, hey, why not? I want to try what it's like to play League of Legends without the, you know, back knee. So yeah, there's that.
There you are. Thank you for rescuing our friend. Please take this. It's not much, but I hope it's enough to make the trouble worth it. Thanks again.
Oh, nice. Sweet, sweet cash. Level 14. Excellent. Now, what do I want to invest in? What can I invest in? What does a man like Kage want to invest in? He's already proficient with weaponry, so there's that. Gymnastics? Maybe. Pain tolerance. Or I could always use more oxygen. Let's go with finesse. Could always use more oxygen overall. Use oxygen 20 times over? Oh, no problem for that. I can do that easy. Watch. I wonder if some psycho is just gonna be crazy enough to actually try and cover all the planets from like head to toe. I can't imagine how long that would take. That would take like thousands, if not a million hours at least, just to like cover every planet on foot, every millimeter, every iota. Did I? No. Yeah, every square foot. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So I have 7 outposts under my belt. Great. 3 of those outposts are gonna be set on Tau Ceti. I'm gonna get some iron and minerals there, because that's the whole purpose of it. I need people to monitor it, in which I already have 2 people perfect for the job. It's gonna suck for them that they're stuck on Tau Ceti Tau Ceti when before they were already stuck on Vatera, but hey, I'm paying them for it, I guess. I'm getting work for it. Plus, along with that, they have full reign and regency over the outposts. All they need to do is just tell me about what's going on. I handle all the details, and the end. Simple, right? So let's see here. I need to use up all my oxygen 20 times, so I guess that means going to the point that I have carbon monoxide poisoning, I guess. Alright, sure. Let's push ourselves to the absolute limit, I guess. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Gotta go all red. Will that count? It does. So I pretty much need to almost damn near kill myself in order for me to friggin' in order for me to get the benefit. Well, I can't say that's the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, that's definitely going to be an insufferable pain in the ass. Then again, I suppose damn near suffocating yourself would make you be more reserved with your oxygen intake. I got slugs packed into this thing. This thing is just an absolute powerhouse. Better try out this new naval cutlass I got. Need power flowing through to access whatever's in there. Great.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Alrighty. Let's do this third person style real quick. Nice. Pretty much got like this Ghost Recon style going on or something. It's not Ghost Recon, but still. It's very interesting. I want to say that when it comes to the third person shooting, it does feel much more improved to that of Fallout 4. Maybe it's because of the fact that all the animations as well have been, the animation system they've improved upon from 4 is also significantly better than that. You know what I also like about Starfield that I don't think I mentioned earlier until like more in depth, until I got into the game more in depth proper. I actually like the fact that when it comes to like certain dungeons, like indoor and cavern types, it's always going to be like there's something that you can at the very least figure out, and it's the fact that it's a loading screen for that. Now, that does sound nice. It does sound a bit strange, I will admit, to say that there's loading screens for internals, when really the entire game should probably have like no loading screens in theory. But when it comes to like overworld stuff, when it comes to like facilities and, you know, just outposts, it is cool to just be it is cool to just pretty much just be flat out like this. Like the outposts are like really open, and you know, you don't need to go through loading screens, and it's only until like internal areas like caves and more deeper underground facilities where it becomes something like that. I like that. Makes things certainly a lot more, what's the word for it? It does make things a lot more interesting for certain areas, because you know that whenever you walk inside, at least through a loading screen and an outpost that goes underground or some such, yeah, it's probably going to be the same areas that you've probably been through like a dozen times over, like mine shafts, underground labs that have been deserted since the colony wars, you know, stuff like that, and, you know, stuff just pretty much like that. But you also know that in the overworld, facilities like these exist, where they cover the overland and just are like very expansive in their own way. But yeah, they're expansive and wide in a way that is, at the very least, telling. Got some stuff I would like to sell, actually. Got all this helium-3, and I'm carrying way too much of it. But I bet I could turn a profit, though, that's for sure. A lot of the areas as well are pretty packed with physics as well. That's the best part of any Bethesda game too. A lot of the areas are, ooh, what's this? Hello, sweetheart. A lot of the areas are pretty much packed with physics proper to some extent or another. Let me just see how much of it is. Again, you still got like fixed prop points.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
Yeah, in certain areas, not everything, but ooh, hey, hold on. Ah, expert lock, excellent. In certain areas, they are interesting. Give me a sec. Certain areas, they are full of much more interaction than there are in other games. Let's see here. What do I wanna? I think these should. Nope. Maybe this way. Nope. Damn it! All I got is like one digilock. I think I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. Let's try again. Okay, so yeah, as you clearly see, lockpicking is a matter of did you fuck up or not? So let's see here. I want to try every piece I can muster right now. Let's go this with this. Right. And when it comes to this one... Let's try the other way. No. These are all too freaking spaced out right now. That's why. Yeah, I'll slot it. Okay, let's see here. Damn, I'm legitimately trying to figure these out right now. They aren't hard, but it's pretty easy to screw yourself over and like use the wrong piece you need. Like I demonstrated earlier. There we go. Fuck. Alright. I don't have any digipicks. Yeah, it's pretty easy to screw yourself over on that. Hence why you were running out of digipicks. Another digipick, nice. Now let's quick save before I do anything. Let's see here. I've been itching for a space game for a long while. One that has a fair amount of ground and space combat. Star Citizen filled that itch, but after a while it just becomes, with Star Citizen at the very least, it became much more harder to try and... yes. Became harder to try and, well, not maintain, but more accurately play over the course of time. It's an online game, and a lot of the mechanics are there, but a lot of it is very a lot of the mechanics are there, but the problem is when it comes to like the first-person shooting and the like, it's very delayed. And so here, at the very least, it's much more, well, it's clearly defined as a single-player game. Easy to assume that might be the answer, and it may as well be. Question is, there we go. Perfect. I lockpicked into this room that I don't think I ever needed, but hey, at least I got like another lockpicking challenge. Calibrated navigator booster. Credit sticks, always useful. Sandwich, I'll take that in honor of that woman that kept on stealing sandwiches. Just got chapter 1 of all these books. Whiteout rounds. A potato casually here. I'll take that helmet, sure. Just got this Galacat. Meow. There you go. Settler hat. Anything else? Just got a bunch of garbage underneath. Leather pocket wear. Triangular. Don't look like there's anything much. Guess I'll take the boosters and helmet. Real quick, let me take a look at the helmet. I'm curious. It says it was chameleon, so... Oh, but it's also... It's not... It doesn't cover my ugly mug like this helmet, which is arguably the greatest... Well, not the greatest helmet, but it is an interesting, enigmatic helmet. I want to live out my... Mass Effect Andromeda days, except in a better game. A subjectively better game. Let's see here, a weapon case. Ooh.
Not everything in the galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
I'll have you know, that's a goddamn lie. Everything in the galaxy must come with us. Especially this dead man. Let's see, what's this new gun I picked up? I saw it, but alright. Anti-personnel Novolite, particle pistol. Anti-personnel, so yeah. Let's see what it's like. Shoot it somewhere. It's very small, that's for sure. Can I get in there? I think it's gonna cost me a lockpick. Yep. I don't have any more digipicks, man. I'm broke. All my digipicks broke, man. Unless there's like one laying around. For example, hey, you got a digipick? Interesting. This is a very interesting pistol. Now, it pretty much shares the same reload animation as the pistol. Let me see, do I have an Aeon on hand? Because I don't think I have an Aeon. Because all I got is a 1911. Any of you guys got pistols? No? Robot's just decommissioned. Just standing there listlessly. This is the revolver animation. Interesting. It's very interesting, actually. Now let's see here. This is the other revolver animation. I call it a revolver, but it's like a mag-fed pistol. It's also just as interesting. A lot of these guns are interesting. Alright? They're interesting to me, okay? Interesting to me! Let's see here, anything else? Obviously the drum beat is gonna be friggin' whatevered. Yeah, but it deals more damage and there's a chance to drop an extra health kit. That's interesting. Again, the Orion is pretty much just a pulse rifle. Like an actual legitimate God-given pulse rifle. Granted, it's not one-to-one though, because the pulse rifle I think is like based off the Thompson. Whereas here, it looks like it's got the upper receiver of a VHS D2. Yeah, the upper receiver of VHS D2 slapped on with like a bunch of like tri-barrel or or double barrel stuff, and it's fed in batteries instead of 5.56. It's interesting to say the least, and look at it. Along with that, the ammo count is underneath the receiver, so there's also that. You can literally die by just expending your CO. By just expending literally all your oxygen. So in standard gravity scenarios like this, or rather planets with higher gravity than normal, higher gravity than normal, you do burn through stamina a lot more quicker. Contrastly, it's the opposite for low gravity situation. So pretty much, if you're playing on like the surface of the moon or something like that, you're not going to be as affected as if you were, well, here on Cerberus here on this planet. This game really is giving me a lot of Deus Ex stuff, that's for sure. It does give me that feeling of actually playing like Deus Ex 2. A lot of the stuff, more fundamental stuff, does require you to invest into it. For example, the digipicks are pretty much equivalency of like multi-tool, like multi-tool hacking in Deus Ex, pretty much. Except unlike the multi-tool, where it's just like one and done, or just like having a, I believe for Deus Ex it's mandatory for hacking, along with that, or mandatory for like gadget hacking, and determines how many you gotta burn through in order for you to get through. Here it's pretty much almost the same thing, except it allows you higher access to stuff. So there's that. It's interesting. So that's interesting. Shooting as well, it's not as hardcore as Deus Ex, where I'm using a pistol, I'm not proficient with pistols, all of a sudden my shot shoots right next to the guy I'm aiming at by like 50 meters. Here it's like pretty much just saying, hey, you're not proficient with the weapon, but that's not on you. Everyone's got a, everyone's got their own thing at their own pace and all that, so yeah. So yeah, really, firearm proficiency does just pretty much mean you're effective with that weapon and damage in this game. Contrast to, yeah, no, you can absorb the recoil too. It's like, no, all your gun, you're familiar enough with firearms that you can pretty much theoretically adapt to the recoil, but it's not going to be as good if you're really proficient in like absorbing recoil or something such like that. So yeah, the facial animations on my character is a little borked, as you can see. It makes him look like he's like, duh. It's not as though my character's even breathing that heavily. It's not like he's like panting, just like, it looks like he's like, just another day in the office. It is interesting that you can actually move significantly faster at the expense of your own literal health in this game. Then again, it makes sense. You're burning through oxygen, and at that point you're just inhaling and building up CO2, carbon. You're not breathing in oxygen, you're just breathing in carbon. You're pretty much breathing in your own funk that's in your body. All that horrific crap. Yeah, it's slowly but surely killing you. I really do like the animations right now in this game. I have no doubt that some people are going to try and replace it to be more tactical, but I feel like the way it stands at the very least, a lot of the animations are fairly tactical on their own. They're not perfectly tactical, but they are tactical in their own way that matters. Like for example, aiming down looks pretty cool. Crouching looks pretty decent as well. You got all these other stuff that's like, overall, compared to Fallout 4, where the animations were pretty, best way to describe it, they're not shit. More accurately, they were just very scuffed. They're more focused like waist up, whereas the leg down, they were like very whatever. So for example, it's a case of, I presume, is like where the camera is just like looking up. Yeah, where the camera is, and they're just focusing on that. And not focusing on the legs. There's that, to presume at the very least. Whilst here, holding the gun doesn't seem like as though it's just like... holding the gun at the very least doesn't seem as though it's just like very much an issue. And along with that, it does help that the player character does look at the very least where you're looking at. It's not perfect one-to-one sometimes, as again, you can look around the player. But when you have it in their peripheral view, they do look at what you're looking at. It's much more subtle and less obvious to like a Skyrim mod, but it is evident that they are looking at where you're looking at, as long as you're behind their direction. And again, just demonstrate what I mean. Sprint looks very nice. Being able to move in all directions is also nice. Can I just talk to this thing and sell stuff?
Currently engaged in the completion of my assigned task. Please do not interfere.
The more goods I sell, the less I have to lug back to Aquila City. Think you can help me out? If you need to buy coffee, you're out of luck. The post-grads bend to it like it's their job. Let me know if you have questions.
Okay. Let's see here. I got like a lot of stuff I want to download off. I have like a lot of Helium-3 as well. That's the worst part. This Helium-3 is important though. As much as it hurts me to say, I gotta sell something from my inventory. What do I sell? Navigator suit. Beast hunter suit. Whatever this suit is. Deep mining, you gotta go. Let's see here. Constellation, I'm keeping that. Deep recon, get rid of. High school bag, I'm keeping. Survival pack, star roamer. Some of these are kind of good, but at the same time some of them are kind of redundant as well. Got like more advanced stuff here. Sell that. Shock Trooper pack. You know, I'm keeping that Shock Trooper pack, mostly because it looks nice. Let's see here. Navigator helmet, gotta go. Pirate helmet, gotta go. Deep mining, no. Oh, the vendor's out of cash right now. Here I am, just giving her all my stuff. Actually, what do you have for sale besides the stuff I just sold you? Rescuer axe, no. Helmets, no. Back now. Resources, Helium-3, aromatics. She doesn't have the stuff that I need.
Stay safe.
I pretty much just robbed this poor woman blind. This is nice though.
Pardon.
Sharp botanist.
Let us hope whatever experiments were going on here are not running loose.
This is nice though, just being able to walk into someone's... Just to be able to walk into another area that doesn't require a loading screen. Again, this is mostly overworld stuff. When it comes to like deep dungeons as well as going to space, yeah, no, it does require load space, but still, surface stuff isn't terrible. It's interesting actually. Oh crap. Sorry. Do I wish this game had seamless transitions from space to planet? Yeah, I kind of wish it had that Star Citizen effect. In the sense that you could just do all that. But at the same time, it's understandable to some extent or another. Even in a game like Spaceborne, where it's pretty much almost the same thing, every area is like cell-based for the most part, or it's loaded in by cell, and it's to which the difference mostly between Starfield and a Spaceborne 2, for example, is the fact that Spaceborne 2 tries to cover it up with effects so that way the area loads in. Whereas Starfield makes it blatantly obvious that, yeah, you're gonna have to go through a load screen to do that. Even going into your ship in Spaceborne, it's pretty much just almost the same thing, but not quite. The difference is, again, Spaceborne, you don't have an interior. You just have you going to a cockpit and that's it. Here, you could actually explore the interior of your ship along with go to your cockpit immediately. I perused around Reddit. I know, big mistake to do that. In which some people were pointing out that, man, there's a lot of load screens from going to space and just going to different areas and like. And again, that's a fair criticism to point out. But I don't know. There was like this one post that said that the creation engine is holding back Bethesda, in which they did use the defense of just like saying, I made mods for Skyrim, Witcher, and Cyberpunk, in which a lot of some of the posts on that thread or on that post was pretty much just said, then you would know more than anyone that this is the most effective way there is. Even if they were switched to Unreal, it'd still be the same thing. If they would switch to Unreal Engine, not only would it take longer, obviously, but along with that, it would also be the same thing. It's still cell-based, for the most part. So what's the difference again? One's got a shinier new coat than the other. One is a refurbished. One is a refurbished, remade, overhauled engine. The other one is a new version of the Mazda 6. I'm not saying that to be mean, despite my tone belaying that fact.
Greetings, Captain.
But yeah, no. For the most part, give me a second. I gotta burn through all my stamina. But despite my tone belying that fact, it is a valid question. What is the difference between the creation engine and Unreal?
I'm in the mood for a mocha.
Difference is a whole lot, actually. But fundamentally, in terms of development, and what difference does it make besides the fact that the developers have to completely learn how the new engine works, learn a new programming language, because I'm fairly certain creation engine to Unreal is completely different. I think because one uses C+, and the other one, well, what does actually the creation engine run on? I've seen some plugins use Python or something like that. Some other stuff, but yeah. I know, my tone is saying that I'm just furious at these people, but it's not the case. It's more of just, I don't know, baffling in a way? I don't know. I can't describe my tone the best way I can.
The blackest sea. Where shall we swim to next, oh wise and formidable captain?
Is it wrong that I've grown attached to the annoying fan, or the adoring fan, rather? I've grown to some extent attached to him. To some extent or another, I've grown attached to the adoring fan. And his stats aren't even that good. It's actually pretty...
Another perfect landing.
Yeah, his stats aren't really that good, but at the same time, it's still just like... Man, the guy's got a heart, to some extent, you know? But it's also sad that his existence was apparently before meeting me was to drink coffee and eat chunks. The in-universe... Bless you! The in-universe, version of what I assume to be McDonald's, or fast food, basically. Can I make my, damn it, I can't. I can make a grilled cheese, though.
Something for personal use or for sale?
It's for myself, okay? It's a grilled cheese. Don't be crazy about it now. Now all I need is an egg and onion to make my grandpa's meatloaf.
Using Isaac. Usag, Isaac. I am your sidekick, your shadow, your tail.
Guy's got a heart, alright? Some might find him annoying, I find him to some extent endearing. Endearing like a parasite, but endearing nonetheless. Just store as much as I can. Burnt your hot dogs?
Here, I have something for you.
Really? That's nice of you.
Yes. Well, it seemed like a good idea. I saw it earlier and thought you might like it. Or find it useful. Or, well, whatever.
Well, thank you for thinking of me.
Of course. We are partners, are we not? I will keep an eye out in the future. And if I see something, I might hold on to it for you.
Oh wow, I got money.
Yes?
I got cash. Nice. Thank you, Andrea. I love you. You're the best girl of the game. Quintillion out of 10. Also, do you mind holding onto all this helium-3, by the way?
I am happy to...
Oh, lovely. She's still got plenty of space in her back pocket. I need her to hold on to, like, probably, like, gear and equipment. Actually, no, I think most of my stuff derives from me just having... Oh, hold on. I think most of my stuff derives from me just carrying, like, a bunch of literal trash in my back pocket right now. I'm, like, carrying, like, so many friggin' resource materials. It's just obscene. I would literally need to upgrade this ship to carry, like, thousands upon thousands of stuff right now. Oh, you don't mind if you just hold on to this plutonium, do ya? Great, you're a pal. Don't worry though, just be sure to wash your hands later. Yeah, just casually give her just the most radioactive material I got right now. Here, you could use lead to neutralize it if you like. There we go. I got like 10 pounds to play around with.
Back to it then.
Alrighty.
Captain, greetings.
Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. Pirates. Fantastic. Just what I need. Pirates.
Someone felt it was
In
lucrative
a
to build
crap,
facility for mining.
in a crap environment. It does seem like when it comes to... It does seem like at the very least when it comes to like where you shoot, it does matter because you do stagger the enemies. Damn, I'm burning up. Watch as this double barrel shotgun shoots 4 shots. And I only need to load in 2 shells.
Bet not to leave anything useful behind.
Oh, what's this? Crippling Maelstrom Rifle, huh? Short grip, short scope, along with a tactical grip. And it's an automatic as well. Fantastic. Just what I need. I'm not a fan of the scope, though. Into the deep cave now.
Caves like this can be an excellent way to conceal the presence of an illegal operation. I should know.
Suppresses addiction symptoms for a while. Let's see here. You know what's cool you can do is in 0G gravity, you could actually throw a mine and shoot out that mine. I know in Cyberpunk you could actually do the same thing, where you could just like throw a grenade and just like shoot it out of the air. But to see it in a game like this is also just as cool, I feel. It's not often in games you're just able to just enable that. It's like, oh yeah, no, don't mind me, I'm gonna activate Sandvest and, you know, just throw a grenade, shoot it out of the air, and, you know, just be like that. I hope there's bullet time mode in this game. The game apparently comes with like abilities too, so who knows? Maybe exposing myself to these artifacts will give me like superpowers in the most literal sense possible. I wouldn't oppose to it. It's definitely a cool way to spice up the gameplay from first-person shooting to melee combat, you know? I'm sure some would probably oppose to it though, but still. It is an option. Let's see, shotgun, ammo. Real quick, where is my, I want to try and use this gun a bit more. Don't mind me, I just got 30 bullets left behind. I'm not proficient with automatics in the sense that I know how to use them. I just know basic. Meaning, I pull trigger, bullets come out. Okay. Burn, bitch, burn. I think some of my weapons do need to be modified so they could be more effective and efficient. Back to the calibrated maelstrom. I got like a backlog of like quests to do.
Give up already.
Woo! Yay! I got like 100 XP out of that. More credits. Sweet. Swag.
Thought you could win?
Let's see how far my throw goes. Not that far. Well, it's actually pretty far, all things considered, but still. Not as far as I'd like it to be. Delgado's directive. Were we here a while ago? That's a legitimate question. I think I was here a while ago. And then again, like I said before, these mines do sometimes begin looking the same. There is a sense of excavation happening, at least. Uniformed excavation, but still excavation. Got one more person aboard deck over there. Let's see if I can throw another grenade. Toss this one higher, see if that lands. Ooh, just about, but not enough. I love math. Didn't really help you that much, did it? What's this? More sealants? Could always use that. Alright, we pretty much just circled back over. It's down here. Extended mag coachman. I just love the fact that the double barrel shotgun has like an extended mag, but in actuality it just shoots like 4 fucking bullets more. Or is 4 bullets total. That's all it does. Let's be honest here. Let's see here. What can I slap on? Got like a lot of helium-3 and a neon apparently. Could improve the accuracy of this thing actually. Go for reflex sights too. Nice. I'll do it, you know, I'll do this. Sure, why not? I want this to be a very effective gun. More effective than usual at least, but still. Standard battery, small battery. Ooh, reduce it from 30 round to 20 round, but it makes it lighter and increases value. Ah, but then again, it's hard to say. I don't think I could do internals. That requires like more stuff. So yeah. Behold my laser pulse rifle gun. All I'm missing is this thing to be automatic, and that's it. Unfortunately, there is no automatic for this thing. Unless it having a hair trigger is the same equivalency of that. But I highly doubt that's the case. Feels odd to play a first-person shooter that doesn't... that by Bethesda doesn't have like VATS or something like that. Or like a kill cam. It's strange, but at the same time, not that strange, you know? I don't know, I kind of always expect like slow-mo to be a thing. I do wish there was like an FOV slider a little bit, but then again, honestly the FOV for me, because I'm running on widescreen at the very least, is pretty decent. It is pretty decent on widescreen, but I can definitely see some people wanting the, like, certain things not to be like this. In which, let me I think I want to dick around with the FOV settings, but I don't know what the default value is. I think it's like what, 75 or something like that. But yeah, I could definitely see some people wanting to like see more of the gun or something like that, or not have this be cluttered, or at the very least, in some instances at the very least, just have like a higher peripheral view of some things. And that's very understandable. But yeah.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
Oh, don't sound too happy, you know, Vasco? I really want to modify and get a new ship, but at the same time, if I'm gonna get a new ship, I want it to be big. Like big crew, big size, big guns, big everything. Just make it like a second home or something like that, in which... Let's see here. A few meters out right now. A few thousand meters out right now, but still. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Taking hits. Lock on, but right now everything's just getting fooded over. Hull's taking more damage than it can. Ah, shit. Drive is screwed. Right now I'm trying to turn around, but this piece of shit is just so freaking slow in the turn. Goddamn piece of shit. Turn, turn, turn! Oh, what happened now? Did I get a game over, or did I just egress from it? I think it's a game over, technically, but still. I sound like my old man right now. Just yelling at my fucking vehicle right now, to some extent. Turn, you piece of shit, turn!
How can I be of service, Captain?
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
It's just an adoring fan repeating my character's name 5 times. There we go. Ooh, for you or me? Oof, boy. You know what's funny is I actually watched this skit about Baldur's Gate versus Overwatch 2. But I watched a skit about like Overwatch 2 versus Baldur's Gate 3, to which the comparison mostly comes down to the fact of the two games having different practices. You know, two games have like different practices. For example, Baldur's Gate is a single player game. The other one, Overwatch 2, is an online multiplayer PvP, supposedly PvE game. One has content that's very, the other one's got content that's very, yeah.
You are entering United Colonies space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at no invented.
But yeah, give me a sec. But yeah, one game has content that's very, the other one's got like, yeah, content. Oh, and along with that, the biggest comparison was just the adult content. One is outwardly and vehemently denying it. The other one's just like, say, yeah, you could do that.
So many people, all in one place.
You can do that.
I still cannot feel entirely comfortable.
That's like the whole attitude for Baldur's Gate 3. It's just like you can do that, yes. You want to do that with a bear? Odd, but you could still do that.
I would prefer it. Let us just say I am
Look who's back. All set with
allergic
that
to
probationary
bureaucracy.
mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready.
I need your permission to deliver a terramorph tissue to Mars.
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
No survivors, sir. All lost to terramorph, which I killed.
You killed a terramorph on your first mission. If I could be frank for a moment, holy shit. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? Earned yourself some serious hazard pay on this one. But, if none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering the sample?
Researcher investigating the place. Gave me this gene tag to show you.
A researcher? Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War and was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, you can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
What the heck is Xeno warfare?
In the run-up to the Colony War, the UC started a program with a singular goal. Find the deadliest, most terrifying aliens in the galaxy, and have them fight on the side of the UC. Never saw any of the deployments myself, but the program was clearly enough of a success that when the war came to an end 20 years ago, both sides agreed to have the practice banned. At which point, I presume, this tribunal decided to cut Sinan loose.
Can we even be helping this woman?
Notation says that Sinan already faced punishment for her actions during the war. Dismissal from the UC military. Her sending you to me first makes me think she's actually trying to do this above board. Considering her history, reaching out to the UC probably wasn't the easiest decision. Which means that must be a pretty important sample.
Xeno warfare doesn't sound good.
I'm sure she doesn't list it at the top of her resume. But considering her service record and her area of expertise, I'm not seeing a reason to think this request is anything other than genuine. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
She's afraid there could be more attacks like this one that wiped out the people of Tau Ceti.
She thinks there could be more of these? Wow. This is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian Sinan thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your credits. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Nice. Supra et Ultra. Got some UC gear, huh? UC Vanguard Specialist. Not a bad look. Let's see here. Oh, nice helmet too. It's one of the more interesting armor sets in the game, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna have to call for a bit of a break. Lack of a better word, nature's calling, alright? So right now I'm just gonna... I'm back. Anyway, alright, so I got the UC gear. Nice.
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring with us and what we leave behind. Or sell. Or throw away.
No, I want all this stuff. I'll have you know. Oh, excuse me. So, I've actually been watching a few internet videos. I know, shocking. But, I've been watching a few internet videos. And one of those internet videos I sometimes watch on occasion is the, give me a second to think. Is Daily Dose of Internet, right? And it's mostly because of the fact that there's a lot of interesting things out in the world. Both out of people, as well as even scientific stuff to some extent or another. All the same, though, when it comes down to the,
You know that, right? Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge you for a DP in A and B, B and E, or heaven forbid in MS. At least then we wouldn't have to worry about a VOP.
But that besides, one of the few things that I heard about was like, outside of Daily Dose of Internet, one thing I heard about was air dryers, right? And how air dryers are the most unhygienic thing in the world. You just blow hot air into your hand, and you're just getting more bacteria in there. And to say the least, as soon as I heard that, or as soon as I heard that like way before Daily Dose of Internet, because I remember hearing about it once. As soon as I heard that, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna ever... I am never gonna be using one of those godforsaken things again. Just on sheer virtue of the fact that, for the most part, I really don't want to go through the process of just like having to wait and just like stick my hand underneath this thing. Does it work? Does it not? And just be done with it. Just like wipe my hands on my pants. One would argue a part that's more unhealthy than just using that. And I say it's faster. All right. Look, if one already has me incubating freaking bacteria already, in which, you know, again, perhaps it's blown out of proportion, but still. If I'm just having like hot air just blowing in my hand and bacteria just growing on it after I just washed them, it's just like, no. Why would I do that? I already washed my hands and now they're just covered in bacteria now. That's it. Now let's see, what do I get rid of? All of these are useful to some extent. I just need to put them somewhere. But yeah, no, for the most part, that's why I deal. That's why I just wipe my hands on my pants, dry them off that way. Does it look messy? Oh, absolutely, I'm sure. But at the same time, I just washed my hands, and this just drying them off instead of exposing them to hot air is more healthier, apparently. Sell the chameleon helmet, sure. Alright, excellent. Anything else? Navigator pack. Alright, but yeah, no, for the most part, that's just the thought process for me. It's just like, look, my hands are already clean of any bacteria I have from just washing them. If I just have to deal with it, just that one specific thing, and just expose my hand to hot air, and just increase the bacteria count. Look, I already know it's gonna come back naturally. It's a matter of how fast I want it. Do I want it to be almost instantaneously, and just expose myself to freaking eating whatever the hell is growing on my hand? Or do I want to have a chance to at the very least be like, my hands are clean. And that's it. Actually, how much stuff am I goddamn carrying? Is this from my ship? Jesus Christ, how much crap am I carrying in my back pocket? There we go. I'm just thinking to myself right now, just like I'm like that guy from freaking the Cat in the Hat movie, except not as extreme. I just have a very strong aversion to friggin' I just have a strong aversion to air dryers for good reason as well. Look, I don't care if my bacteria comes back. I'm not putting it underneath it so it comes back faster.
You ask me, take your time.
UC space helmet, again, still just that.
You need something else, I'll be here.
What I find interesting about the constellation stuff to some extent is the fact that a lot of this time, or what I find interesting about Starfield right now is the fact that you don't have like a Pip-Boy or something like that like in Fallout. Instead, you just have like the Skyrim thing, which pretty much just like, yeah, it's in your magic backpack. And that's it. You know, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
It's good for them to get that experience.
I'm not sure how many people like the Creation Club stuff from like the previous two games. I personally like the Creation Club stuff. In concept, at least. Look, the closest thing I could come to for what the Creation Club is Dying Light, with the amount of stuff they put out as DLC. Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2, they have like a crapload of DLC packs. Some of which add like new areas or challenges, as well as others add like new cosmetic pieces. And I think like individually they cost like $5. Yeah, they cost like $5. To which for Skyrim and Fallout, both of them respectively, I think like had like 2, maybe 3 years of support. Yeah, 2-3 years worth of support, as well as a and most of them were just like, for Skyrim it was just mostly major DLCs, and for Fallout it was a combination of major DLCs as well as some like workshop items and the like. Yeah, as well as like some workshop items and the like. So there's that. I feel like depending on how Creation Club is handled, it could work. Theoretically, at least. It's a matter of... I feel like it's a matter of just like, how much are you selling for it and how much you're getting out of it. And I feel like when it comes to like the bundles... Yeah, when it comes to like the Creation Club bundles, they are more worthwhile than just individually. But yeah.
Hey there.
And along with that, from my time in playing Skyrim Creation Club stuff, a lot of it was integrated pretty well after
Please,
Anniversary.
If you experience any issues in your dealings with the distribution center, welcome to UC Distribute. Oh, well, certainly.
But yeah, a lot of the content... Give me a sec to see here. Sidonia spacesuit. Now that's an interesting design. Navigator is your typical stuff. Do you not have any helmets? Got a hookah canister. Oh, sweet adhesive. Just what I need. Give me those adhesive, please. But yeah, when it came to playing Anniversary Edition of Skyrim, I played like a good portion of the Creation Club stuff, to which, for the most part, the Grey Fox, along with Grey Fox, some of the houses, some of the Daedric, or some of the alternate armor stuff, was pretty cool to have on hand. And it was pretty interesting on how they were integrated. Most of them was just like, came with like a mini story, and that's about it. Especially the Grey Fox one was a bit more interesting. The fact to see it after, see it like after the events of Oblivion is also really nice, I feel. And despite the fact that supposedly the curse is back.
Not like being in small enclosed spaces with many people I do not know.
But yeah, despite the fact that, it did allude to the fact that maybe the curse is back. Reading that letter at the end did, at the very least, demonstrate that there is some adherence to actual lore. Given the fact that, for one thing, the curse was gotten rid of after Oblivion. The curse was lifted after Oblivion, and it's mostly just the fact that this guy is just a total psycho. And that's it. Ship service.
Got anything you need to need some work done?
I'd like to view and modify my ship, please. How do I build a ship from scratch? Is that even possible? Can I even upgrade this ship? That does certainly help, actually. You can just accidentally remove it. Let's see here. All systems nominal. How do I change out parts if I can help it? Because I want to change out the parts of this thing. What do you have for sale?
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Let's see here. The Crimson Haunt, no thank you. The Rambler. Now that's interesting, but not what I'm looking for. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo Figaro is interesting, actually. Oh, but that costs the amount I would take for my house. Narcissus. Well, that's a narcissistic way of looking at things. The Sparrow. It's slightly bigger, at least. The Longsword. Now we're talking. It's cheap. Looks nice. All it's missing is just actual weaponry, though. The Mustang. I already have this thing. The Gladius. Now that is interesting. But it's pretty small too, so... The Shield Breaker. Double what it costs for my house. It's tempting, actually. Very tempting, actually. How much do... I'm curious. The Longsword... Oh, that's why. It's got like 50 fuel, that's why. So... I want to buy the Shield Breaker, but it costs like double the amount my house costs. I gotta set up that outpost so that way I could get that shit running. I wonder if I could just literally make my own ship and just try and...
Okay, no problem.
I want to make my own ship, damn it. Can I just delete it all? Alright, fantastic. Let's see. Well, for one thing, I need structure, please. Dear God. I've got like nothing right now. Oh, I could actually, oh, so I could pay for a new ship, basically. Alright, what's a nice cockpit is the question. Which one's cheap? Alright, better question. Which one can fit more shit? Sure, we'll just go with that. It's just a big old cockpit. Alright, so we got a cockpit. Now we just need a habitat. So let's see here. Two in one berth. How many habitats we got is the question right now. I'm looking to fit like more people in here. That's why. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, ooh. Whoa, 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 hold up. Perfect. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Suppose we could add like another one, I guess. Passenger slots. Could always use an engineering bay. Then again, we could use a storeroom, actually. Yeah, a storeroom, actually. Why not? Yeah, then again, I'm not really... Could use an engineering bay on top instead. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it? Give me a sec, I want to try and raise elevation if I can help it. If I can mount it on the bottom, that'd be great. Perfect. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So... let's see here. All in one berth. I mean, a storeroom could go a long way. Where the hell am I going to put the reactor, though? Is the question. Now we're getting to the more expensive parts now. I want something that's going to be, at the very least, reliable. At this point, I'm literally just paying for a new ship. So, I can only afford, like, Class A stuff, so... let's say I want to go for this, right? Where could I... There we go, sure. Let's do that. Can I... Vanguard Bulwark. I want something that's more balanced. Cheap but balanced is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's like... that's gonna cost like all my cash, so at this point... I guess something between 5. Maybe, yeah, let's go 5, sure. How do I? There we go. Yeah, look at this ungodly cacophony. Surely this is working out totally well. We need a landing base, so that much is evident. Yeah, let's go with this one. Yeah, it's just on top. Let's see here. Yeah, that could work. Straight in and all that, you know? Alrighty. Let's see here. I need a cargo hold. 50 space cargo. Long starship design. I could get myself one of these. Yeah, this is totally gonna be great. At this point, I'm burning through a literal hole in my freaking bank account. Anything else? Fuel tanks? Well, actually, Gear, landing gear, port. See here. Yeah. Alright, I think that could work. I think being the key word. I just got this ungodly looking thing on hand right now. Don't mind me. It's got an engineering bay, that's all. Oh my god. So many errors. It's a piece of shit is what it is. Yeah, I want to cancel the modification. I wanted to make a new ship, dang it. I need more credits and, most importantly, higher stuff. Let's see here. What do I got? Delivering devils. Deputize.
Find the interior of this ship comforting.
I'm surprised the Adoring Fan doesn't have like a name or something like that. Then again, does he really need a fucking name? Thank God you can't romance him. Well, actually, who knows? Some psycho out there will probably make a mod to just like involve romance with the Adoring Fan. Yeah, some psycho out there is gonna be like, Adoring Fan romance, because why the fuck not? Jeez. I hazard to think and shudder what that person may make.
That's all we need. You're clear for landing at Aquila City.
Alrighty. I can now be a ranger. I get to lead the way.
The services tech is in the hut up at the front if you need him.
Mr. Tate, is a realtor?
I know Aquila City rather well. Perhaps better than I would like.
If you ask me, traveling in Freestar collective space without a reliable sidearm is just asking for trouble. Just so you know.
Just so you know, these are self-defense items, not murder items. Well, I'll have you know, I am both a murderer and a self-defense-er. UC Naval Cutlass. Yeah, you don't got anything I need. I mean, you probably do, but still.
Well, hey there.
You've got potential. Just need to see a little more from you. Oh, you're back. How'd it go?
Hope I made the Freestar Collective a little bit safer.
I'm sure you did. And I'm glad to know that was your priority. You did what I asked, so let's go meet the Marshal. Follow me.
You know, while I was doing the UC Vanguard mission, funnily enough, because I met the Terramorph, it was actually very interesting, that side quest.
We're headquartered in the upper floors of the Rock, but we also have remote stations throughout Freestar collective space. Helps us to identify and respond to threats more quickly. Like I said before, there are less than a dozen rangers in all, and we operate with limited resources. Thankfully, most people respect us and are willing to cooperate. In this job, your eyes, ears, and wits are every bit as important as your badge and your sidearm.
Yeah, so while I was doing the UC Vanguard mission, it was actually pretty interesting because it was genuinely like a horror mission to some extent. It kind of felt like Alien, basically, is what I'm saying. And because, the best part is, in that side quest, you had like a tracker and everything. I wish I could show it, but I'm sure someone else would probably do it instead.
Because you're satisfied that our new recruit can handle the job.
Seems like a fine candidate. Got the right priorities.
All right then. Step forward, recruit. Let me have a word with you.
Excuse me.
I've got just one question. Do you pledge to defend the people of the Freestar Collective, even if it means risking your own life?
Absolutely, Marshal.
Good. Here, take these. You're now a Freestar Ranger Deputy. I'm assigning you to Ranger Wilcox for some field training. Listen good to what she tells you. Welcome aboard, Deputy.
Good luck, Deputy.
Wish we could throw you a welcome party, but there's work to do. We got word from a farmer on Montera Luna. She says someone's trying to take a farm, and she's afraid she might be in danger.
What do we know about the farmer?
Just the name. Michaela Wagner. There have been Wagoners on Montera Luna for a long time, and I'm sure they're proud of that heritage.
What can you tell me about Montera Luna?
Well, it's a moon that orbits Montera. It's got a breathable atmosphere, warm climate, and good soil for growing.
Simple enough.
Well, most things do at the start. Doesn't mean they stay that way.
Obviously, me being in the Vanguard has taught me that much.
Just try to keep an open mind. Grab any supplies you might need, and let's get going.
Pay attention to what Ranger Wilcox tells you.
Interesting. So now I have like 2 followers now. What's this outfit I found, though? Deputy hat. What's the deputy uniform? Oh, that's what I get? I just get this fucking yee-ho shit? Nah. That ain't flying. Not with me, at least. Now, we're gonna look like a real ranger. To some extent or another. Not quite the same, but, you know, I got a poncho and everything. Wish I got the hat to accommodate, but still. Gotta work with what I got. What's this about that? Ooh, now that's a beauty right there. Just chef's kiss. Now that's a true beauty right there. Nice piece and everything. Let's see here. Lager can. What can I eat to get rid of? Because I got like a lot of stuff. Channel my inner Irishman right now. Eat that sandwich I've been carrying around. Keeping the tomato because I want to make that udon mini bite. The fuck? All right. All right. Yes, look at that. Look at that physics, man.
Hard work, but it sure beats living under the boot.
Look at that, man. Physics. Look at them physics. My cloth is flying without me needing to install a mod. It's great. Now, if only there was another physics. I'm sure someone will mod that in soon enough. Don't I look like a real ranger? All I need to do is just have like a mask and like a proper like helmet and mask or something like that, and that'll be great. Actually, I mean, it's not perfect, but still, it gets the point across. And then again, this poncho look is very, well, it's actually nice, but still. Let's see here. I think I was packing. Nope, I think I sold it though on eBay. Yeah, I sold it on eBay. I don't have it anymore. Oh well. I was gonna go with like a flight suit or something like that. Yeah, something like this, something like this, but much more form-fitting. In the sense that at the very least, it doesn't have as many like utility pipes and the like. But look at these physics, man. The fabric is flying with every motion of my arm. Can you say the same thing for HDT SMP mod? Yeah, actually, I think you can. Yeah, I think you can, actually, yeah. I could also say the same thing for other physics mod, but again, I think I'd rather not speak more on that, lest someone, not gonna say who, moderation, comes down with the hammer of dawn on my ass. Up, up and away. It's no range of Sequoia, but very few things are the range of Sequoia, so yeah. Let's see here. Over on Montara. Set course for Montara. Let's initiate scan. Montara survey. Gravity is a lot heavier. Temperatures deep freeze. Lovely sight, isn't it? Montara Luna. By comparison, significantly much more friendlier. Thin O2, thin oxygen, yeah. Fauna, chemical, water. So don't drink the water, got it. Set course for Montara Luna.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. You're good to go. All clear to land.
Alright, let's go to land. Alright, Michaela Wagner. Atmosphere should be breathable, so it says thin O2. Better keep a spacesuit on hand just in case, though.
Over here!
Yes, yes, don't worry. The deputy's coming with my sweet, sick poncho.
The Freestar Rangers. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
I'm Ranger Emma Wilcox. My deputy and I are here to help. Now, tell us what happened.
I was out planting in the fields when I saw some men approaching. They looked like soldiers with uniforms and weapons and such. They wanted to buy the farm. Didn't even ask if it was for sale. Their offer was so low, I told them right where they could stick it. They said they'd give me time to think about it, but if I didn't change my mind, I was gonna regret it. Then they left.
You said they look like soldiers.
That's right. The uniforms looked like the ones worn by Freestar soldiers back during the war. They had a certain steel in their eyes. Like men who were used to violence. I was in fear for my life.
Any reason why someone might want this farm in particular?
Nothing I can think of, no. Truth is, we're in some hard times here. The last harvest was the worst we've had in a long time. Besides, it ain't like there's a lack of available land around here.
How many men were there?
There were 4, but when they were walking away, I heard them talking like there were others. Maybe there's more out there.
If they're planning on coming back, there must be somewhere nearby.
Back behind the house, there's some canyons. They went that way. That place is dangerous. Steep slopes, narrow trails, rock slides, and all manner of hostile creatures, too. If you're going after those men, be careful. Oh, there's one other thing. They said they were the first. The first of what, I'm not sure. But there must be more of them coming.
Thank you, ma'am. That should be enough for us to find these men. All right, Deputy. Keep that weapon handy and your eyes sharp. Since these guys don't know we're after them, they're probably not making an effort to hide their tracks. Now, let's go and check out those canyons.
Michaela treats us fair. Can't really complain.
Okay. What are we working with here? Several pairs of boot tracks lead to the canyon ahead.
Boot tracks. Several pairs by the look. Not too old either. Let's head down into the canyon and see if we can find more. Quiet out here. I like it. Nice change of pace from Aquila City.
I don't like it. The total deafening silence. If there's air or some such or crickets going on, sure, but total silence? Yeah, forget it. It's a trap and we know it.
It is unfortunate there is no safer route. We should take our time and
I grew
step
up on a farm.
carefully.
Back when I was a kid, I used to love exploring and making maps. These canyons would have kept me busy for months. I'd have looked into every nook and cranny.
Send down. Should have packed my spacesuit, man, but no. Atmosphere is breathable, man. Ooh, now that kicks like a goddamn horse. For both me and the target. Damn, bro. Got that big iron on my hip. Let's see here. What could I go for is the question. I could upgrade my physical a bit more. But all the same, what would I even invest in? I want to get the cellular regeneration. Just so that way I can get the regenerating health. More health. Why not? I keep on taking damage. Heal 200 damage. Oh, great. So it just pretty much asked me to die already. Look at me with a dead eye. Boot tracks turn right along the canyon.
Good eye, Deputy. Looks like we're heading in the right direction.
Hey, be careful not to point that thing at me.
Yeah, well, you're right behind me. Dead farmhand by the looks of it.
Fall is not the only thing that can kill you here.
I'm trying to think. I think the voice actor for Sarah is the Breton voice actor from Oblivion. Just with her, instead of like trying to sound young, instead it's her just sounding, well, just sounding her natural age. Not sure if that's what I'm not even sure if it's the same voice actress, but still, it's pretty interesting that I drew that parallel. Look, they already brought back the other guy for the Adoring Fan, who is also the voice actor for Butch, and who is the voice actor for Butch. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back more of the old school voice actors from back in Oblivion and Fallout 3. Honestly, it would be cool if that was the case. Like, for example, you hear, I don't even remember all their voice actors' names, but still, you hear like Wes Johnson. Then you hear friggin', well, that's all I remember, just Wes Johnson. He's the only one that has like an easy name to remember. Everyone else, I do know what they sound like, but I don't remember the name off the top of my head. More of them.
Nice to get out under the sky for a spell. Being a mother means I don't get as much field work as I used to.
God, I hope she doesn't die. That'd be horrible, if I'm being honest. And a bit cliche, but still.
Let's just hope they're not perched up on these canyon walls, waiting to snipe us.
Yeah, well, I hope that's not the case either. You're too lovely of a person to die, I'll have you know. And that's not because I care for you. That's because I just don't want to see you die. Last thing I need is just forced. Last thing I need is just like forced friggin' emotional baggage. Syntha chicken, butcher's best. Do I just eat this shit raw, or is it already like prepared? I imagine like a lot of it is just like MRE type things, you know?
Did they have anything of value?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Watch it!
Really wish this thing was shooting a lot faster if I'm being honest, but I'll take what I could get. That's right, I'm like some sort of cowboy beep boop. Just call me cowboy beep boop. It's not beep bop, it's beep boop. Tracks veer left.
You're a natural tracker.
I wouldn't say I'm a natural tracker, I'm just a guy that's looking at footprints that are recent. Oh. Further into the ravine.
You smell that? I'd bet my badge that's wood smoke from a campfire. They're close. Be ready.
Don't worry, I got my rifle at the ready because my revolver is literally running out of
Not be
ammo.
far ahead. Let us hope they are not waiting just on the other side of this cave.
Standoff at the bank ought to keep the marshal tied up for a while. We're gonna have some fun. Well now, look who's here. Ms. Wagner called in the cavalry. Except it ain't much of a cavalry. I suggest you turn around and walk away while you still can.
It seems we have found our quarry.
Who are you?
Don't recognize the uniforms. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's like the Major said, everyone's conveniently forgotten. Forgotten our sacrifice. Forgotten how we were betrayed. We'll make them all remember soon enough. I promise you that.
What did you want with Wagner Farm?
Oh, it ain't exactly the farm that's special. But that ain't none of your business.
I'm not going anywhere until I get some answers.
You think you're in a position to make demands. Well, I've got news for you. All you're getting from me is a shallow grave. So, got any last words I should try to remember?
I'm placing you all under arrest.
If you think I give a damn about the Freestar Rangers, then you've got no idea who you're dealing with. Matter of fact, that just makes it even more fun. Air 'em out, boys! What did you found out? Don't let 'em leave here alive!
Big mistake.
Shit, being shredded without my armor.
Bring it!
Give me a sec, I want to change my equipment. Anything else he's got? Ground crew stuff.
Good one.
Still got one more of these scumbags over there.
Damn, that was a lot rougher than I expected. Let's talk.
My contact is inside through. I got your ship, grabbed it out of the factory, embarrassing for Hope Tech, dropped in the agreed upon location once my credit is in my account. If you need other jacked ships, let me know and I'll always be down for the work. Gee.
Find anything interesting?
Take a look at this.
Let's see what we have here. Interesting. So, their ship was stolen from the Hope Tech factory. Whoever pulled that off must have been one hell of a shipjacker. Well, I guess someone really wants that farm bad. Speaking of which, let's get back there and let Miss Wagner know that she's safe. For now.
Who the hell are these clowns? Got number ones everywhere. Well, they're supposed to be like, we are number one, yeah? We number one! Let's see, anything
I trust
else?
you will help yourself to anything useful.
Oh, hell yeah, more critical damage. Sweet. Some of these guys got nice uniforms, that's for sure. Well, well, well. Hello, sweetheart. Now this is a nice ship. Yes, indeed, good sir.
You might wish to lighten your load. One is less likely to survive an ambush when one is weighed down with whatever all that is.
I'll have you know. I'll have you know. This is a good... Oh, damn it, I can't access the ship. Damn it, Bethesda, you put this nice ship here. You put this nice looking ship here for me to just look at. And you know, just like, oh yeah, you know, it's a nice ship and all that. You know, very nice ship, very well made and all that. You're just putting it here to tease me? You're sick, you know that? You're absolutely sick. Oh my god, you could just walk in there and just fucking take the damn thing. Oh, whatever. Job's done, I guess. Alrighty. Wonder if we get on top of this right now. Funnily enough, where I put Tau City Durandal was like on top of a hill, and I had to get like drugged up in order for me to get the top. It was legitimately great. Just like how much traversal you got here. Because you could actually mantle, which, again, it's basic core now. Basic core is on the menu. I could slide around like a slicked up baby oil man. And, you know, I could also just mantle stuff. It's great. I love it. I love just doing what would be normally trivial stuff in other games, but is elaborately complicated in this game. Or, you know, in other games as well. Really wish, though, I could, you know, push the battle slide to be a lot more further, though. What would it be like to run on a... What would it be like to run on Zero-G Planet, I wonder? I'm curious. I would like to experience that, just like running. Would it require much more force, or would it require a lot more muscle control? So that way you maintain a sense of, like, control over your body. Because I can imagine someone easily just like trips and just like freaking like, oh my god! Let's go flying in 0G or low gravity. Man, I really wish spacewalking was a thing. But I can understand why it would be a bit more of a pain to do. Because the thing is with spacewalking is that you have to account for the fact that you'll be flying in space. And well, let's just say it'd be... Huh. Nice trick. Anyway. It'd be pretty hard to, well, have a sense of control, although I imagine with the boost packs, the thrusters would work. Oh, look at that. The NPCs can jump. It's actually kind of cool, though. You never really did see in Skyrim NPCs jump, besides like 2 times. One time while in the doing the orc quest for Malakath, and the other one for Serana when she has to jump down a ledge. And that's it. That's like the only time. That's like the only time you ever see NPCs jump. Whereas here, it's a commonality now. Truly, we're living in the 21st century. In the year of our Lord, 2023.
What's the news? What happened? Did you find those men?
They were in the canyon, like you said. Unfortunately, came to violence.
Well, it's good to see you're all right then. They must have been crazy or desperate, trying to take on the Freestar Rangers. So who were they? And why do they want my farm?
We have a lead. Know anything about stolen HopeTech starship?
HopeTech? The cargo ship company? Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Well, we have a lead, but it's still early to say.
They say the Rangers always get their man, so to speak. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the wagoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long.
Just doing our job.
Of course. All the same, I'm grateful.
If you have any more trouble, give us a call. We're in system, so it won't take long to get someone out here. All right, Deputy. Let's get back to the Rock. We need to report this to the Marshal.
Yay, I've been deputized, meaning I get paid like 7,300. Excellent.
Hello.
Taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
We're taking off immediately. What else? Right now I need to get enough cash to buy a new ship, in which the only other ship I can afford is the Broadsword. But the Broadsword is a total POS that I refuse to buy it on principle of the fact that it doesn't have a high cap friggin' fuel system.
Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. You're good to go. Have a nice time in Aquila City.
If there's one thing I kind of wish you'd be able to do is to like sort through the cities that you're gonna, the marked locations you gotta go through, because the Empty Nest along with Aquila City are overlap with each other. Yes! Yes, now I'm fit as hell because I ran out of oxygen 20 times. Yes! I don't think Starfield has a survival mode built into it, does it? Yeah. Actually, let me check. Maybe there is. Hard, very easy. Yeah, no survival mode, unfortunately. I don't know, it kind of it does seem like the type of thing that would be a thing to keep track of, wouldn't it? Then again, it would be a bit of a pain in the ass, too. Like, for example, a lot of the things here, you could probably say, like, food, hunger, and sleep along with thirst are important and vital things to keep track of. Those types of basic hardcore elements. No need to like add like it's like, oh yeah, no, you need to keep track of the economy, you know, you gotta keep track of your fuel, you know, all the time and all that, you know, it's just like, yeah.
Just let me drink in peace.
Jesus Christ, why the fuck are you working on the top floor of a bar?
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagners off the land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done.
Do we get paid? There's still unanswered questions.
I agree. Until we see the whole picture, we won't know if Miss Wagner is truly safe. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm?
Tough and well armed. Mercenaries, probably.
If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm?
I hired someone to steal a ship from Hope Tech.
Hope Tech ships ain't exactly cheap. That thief could probably tell us a lot about these men you ran into.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. They also said something about being forgotten. They seemed bitter about it. Resentful. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? Any of that sound familiar?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nira. What was left of it, anyway.
What was the Colony War?
The war between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective? Worst conflict the settled systems has ever seen. Each side unleashed terrible weapons on the other. And countless people died. The armistice was signed 20 years ago. But a lot of folks still bear the scars.
Could those men be veterans from the 1st Cavalry?
I suppose it ain't impossible, but it's real damn unlikely. The unit was pretty much wiped out, and the few that survived ended up in prison after a court-martial for disobeying orders. I don't recall how long the sentence was.
What happened in the Battle of Nira?
The 1st Cavalry lost almost all their mechs and soldiers in a big push to take the United Colonies base. They were just about there when a ceasefire order came down. Both sides had just lost too much by then. It was a bloodbath. The commanding officer of the 1st disobeyed the order. He didn't want the lives of his soldiers to be sacrificed for nothing. They court-martialed him, and the rest of the surviving officers, and locked them all up.
That doesn't explain why they want Wagner Farm.
No, it doesn't. Just raises more questions. It's a good bet that starship thief can help us get some answers. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to.
Council of Governors?
The ruling body that oversees the Freestar Collective and the Rangers. The council members are the political and corporate elite of the Freestar Collective, so we have to tread lightly when we're dealing with them.
What can you tell about Ron Hope?
Proud, stubborn, and smart. A self-made man. He built Hope Tech through blood, sweat, and sheer willpower.
I'll do what I have to do.
Normally, I'd praise that kind of dedication, but you need to maintain a sense of perspective here. Our authority and our power comes from the Council of Governors. Remember that. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montera Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
You know, it's funny to think when you really put it into perspective to some extent that the UC is pretty much the Empire from Skyrim, or, you know, elders from just Oblivion, Morrowind and the like. They're the Empire. Then you have Freestar Collective, which are pretty much the Fallout Rangers, which are pretty much the Fallout, just desert rangers basically, on a more, just in space. And then you have House Varu, I believe it's what it's called. And they're pretty much the children of Adam from Fallout 3. It's interesting how many parallels you could run between these games, which isn't surprising as they're all written and made by the same developer. But still, it's interesting to think. It's interesting to think that these parallels can be, at the very least, called out a little. Modified Grendel. Got the Deadeye. The question is, what do I get rid of? And the answer is, I can't get rid of any of them. They're all valuable in my eyes. Well, almost all of them are valuable in my eyes. Just enough of them are valuable in my eyes. So, time to join up the Crimson Fleet now. I'm gonna be in deep cover with the UC right now. And the Crimson Fleet. How many people can I backstab at once is the question. Who do I want to work with? Friend or foe?
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am his sacrifice.
And we shall be on our way.
Time to go deep cover right now. Deep cover operation. And to think, I'm running this at 60 frames per second compared to the 30 frames on console. Let's see here. Where am I needed? Back in Seoul. Europa. Alright, so where is Callisto? So that way I could make a Callisto Protocol reference. Come on, where's Callisto, damn it? I wanna... I'm trying to remember, it was like Jupiter, right? There it is! There she is! Callisto. Nice. You know, they call Callisto the dead moon, so you're effectively dead out here, you know? So rise, dead man! I have to now. I legitimately have to at this point. I now need to make a Callisto... I'm just making a reference to every single game that I know of at this point. I'm making a marathon reference as we speak. I made a marathon reference with Tau Centi 4 having Tau Centi 4 Durandal. I'm gonna put down frickin' Leah and Tico. Now I gotta make I just gotta make the Black Iron Outpost.
So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Adler said that. Didn't think he cared.
You're funny. I hate funny. Remember that.
Man, you must be fun.
Before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
A medical supply ship? Why not a ship with actual loot?
This job isn't about the loot, but I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
Why not hunt Rake yourself?
There's a lesson in this. I need you to learn what'll happen if you decide to turn your back on the fleet. Consider it your glimpse into a possible, unfortunate future. So you better pay close attention.
What options do I have?
Kill Rake? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure.
Consider it done.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
This Neva Mora, her words are measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
How can you be certain Austin Rake is on the Ragana?
I've been tracking Rake for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike.
Why do you want Rake dead?
Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner too. Brought in a ton of creds. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. And nobody, I mean,
Time to go to Saturn. Alrighty. Let's get on over.
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble.
You have a crewman on board I'm looking for. The fleet want Onsen Rake dead. I'd like to board your ship and talk how to spare him.
Oh God, I do not know.
It would be wise for you to take this offer. It shows more mercy than you know.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
There we go.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Right. Better put on the spacesuit. Not exactly a fan of getting spaced in between, you know?
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
The pay isn't great, but the people are alright.
None of us are in this for the credits.
Well.
You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
You're certainly unique.
I cannot tell if that is a compliment or an attempt to avoid the question. I will assume the former.
Why not both?
I have a very different background from the rest of Constellation. I carry myself differently. I worry that some of the others are unable to see past this. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
Accepting the unfamiliar can be hard for people.
I know. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
Trust me, you have a lot going for you.
That is kind of you. You also have a lot going. I find expressing affection difficult, but truly.
Can I start a space harem in this game? I'm curious.
Perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself.
Asking for a friend. Can I
never
start
been surrounded
space
by
harem like I
people
started a
like this.
wasteland harem?
By a
Much like how in
group
Skyrim I started a...
I wish to be a part of.
Actually, no, I think in
Does that
Skyrim I
make
settled for
sense?
monogamy. It's alright though. There's a lovely woman I settled down with, in which the first woman I married was Lydia. Second one was Vilya. Third one was actually Serana, funnily enough. I don't think what you're saying is childish.
Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
Oh, it's clearly important to you that I didn't say anything.
Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Yeah, well, you have the opposite spectrum of what I got. Me, I was just having the rough and tumble of it in life. You had the more literal Lucille barbed bat style.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Which one of you is Austin Rake?
That is not something I am going to do, not until you reveal your intentions. As far as you are concerned, I am Austin Rake. You want him? You're going to have to kill me. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
The fleet wants Rake dead, but I want to resolve this without violence.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
Deliver him to Sysdef. If Fleet finds out about this deal, we're both exposed.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Thank you for letting us go.
So now what? They're gonna put me in this...
The temperature is unreasonably low here. We should not stay long.
Hey, look, pal, look, you ain't got much of a choice besides this.
What are we doing?
Look, Austin, there's not much of a choice in this matter. Besides, you'd be better in UC custody than you would be 6 feet under. And I'm sure you want a new, fresh lease on life, don't you? Europa. Question is, where is Europa? All the way at Jupiter. Having a witness could be much more helpful. taking too much damage right now. Critical hit the reactor.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yup, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Best decision you've ever made.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Joining the Crimson Fleet is hardly a cause for celebration. But you have your reasons. So for now, I will allow it.
Ha! Yeah, let's travel to Phobos. I'm sure there's an outpost of just Doom Marines somewhere.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. Scan complete. Welcome to Mars. You are cleared to land at Sidonia.
I wonder if they'll make the Crimson Fleet compelling enough to stay and join with.
Welcome back, Agent. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Excellent.
Careful you do not track mud on the floors. You would not wish to tarnish this hospitable environment.
I had a friend on Lagana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. Alright, Commander Akande, huh? See what you're about.
Hello. You have permission to speak freely. We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Glad he surrendered. Didn't want to kill anyone innocent or otherwise.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
We did our best not to cross the line, but the more we do, the more we risk exposing the deception.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
Elliptic doesn't have a problem attacking Crimson Fleet.
They are mercenaries for hire. If they are paid enough money, Ecliptic would attack the Vigilance. It wasn't terribly difficult to convince them to attack an isolated Crimson Fleet ship. Just expensive.
That was a risky move.
But a gamble that hopefully paid off. On that note, how did things go with Neva? Were you able to join the fleet?
It does seem like I passed their initiation test.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on a good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
What do you know about Neva?
The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neon's street rats, and worked her way up to second in command. She's a force to be reckoned with, so don't underestimate her.
Just pay me so we can get out of here.
You'll get paid once I consider your report complete.
And we expect your reports to be thorough. Where the Crimson Fleet is concerned, no detail is inconsequential.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
Shouldn't I get off the Vigilance before my cover's blown?
The Vigilance is equipped with one of the most advanced intelligence suites in the UC fleet. You can rest assured, if the Crimson Fleet had any access to our whereabouts or have infiltrated our security, we'd know. As long as you're here, your identity is safe.
Fine. They told me I was told to meet Neva at the Key.
Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
What's there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the Key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
So I'm gonna try and keep it above board with the UC. Where are my
Back in basic training.
where are my as it were colors on my sleeves when it comes to the UC at least? Be straight and blunt and forward about it, about everything I say and do. No need to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna do subterfuge. No, I prefer just avoiding politics altogether.
He keeps a secure brig.
We'll keep the brig ready for any pirates you bring in. Welcome to the brig. As a member of SysDef, you may talk with the prisoners as long as you are mindful of operation security. As a personal rule, I simply ask that you adhere to UC Navy standards of cleanliness at all times. That means no mud on your boots, your hands are washed, and you are free of any contagious diseases.
Oh, watch out, I got the AIDS. Seems a bit excessive, but I'll try my best.
Normally, I'd say trying isn't good enough,
But you're Commander Ikande's mole, aren't you? In that case, I'm not going to ask you to blow your cover just for me. I understand being a slob is part of the job, but try not to abuse the privilege.
What if the prisoners try to escape? What kind of defenses we have?
We have multiple turrets attached to the ceiling. If you've met Ensign Betty, she's personally calibrated them to ensure they cover the entire area. That being said, firing the turrets should be considered a last resort.
What kind of prisoners end up in the brig?
The cells you see here are for captured pirates and prisoners of war. If you apprehend any pirates during the course of your missions, they'll be detained here.
Thoughts on Commander Akande?
He's a good man, singularly focused when it comes to the fleet. But that's not to say he doesn't care about his crew. I can tell you a story as an example if you'd like to hear it.
Does the commander visit the brig often?
Usually only when he has business here. But pretty much everyone passes by the brig on their way to other parts of the ship. Given he sees barely a glance of me most days, you'd think he wasn't paying attention. Hence the story, if you've got time.
Sure, go ahead.
So, I'm a bit of a workaholic, and I forget to take breaks. One day, Commander Ikande passes by the brig and sees me at my desk. He takes one look at my haggard face and says, "Officer, I'm headed to the mess hall. If you're not with me in 15 minutes, your services will no longer be required on my ship." I tried to protest, but he was dead serious. So I went. We had lunch, talked about old times, and I went back to the brig, refreshed and ready to work. It's little things like that. You can see he pays attention, and that he cares about the people, not just the work.
As a brig officer, you need anything from me?
As a matter of fact, I have a favor to ask. I understand that part of your undercover work involves going to the fleet headquarters, namely, the key. While you're there, if you find anything pertaining to the history of the fleet, I'd be interested in learning about it.
Highly unusual request, officer.
I apologize, but no one from our side has been to the key in ages. The history buff in me wants to learn more.
I'll keep an eye out.
I appreciate it. I've actually heard rumors about there being audio logs for an interview the founder of the fleet, Jasper Crix, did on the key. I'm interested in anything he had to say regarding his time in prison and how the prisoners were treated. If you find anything like that, bring it back here and we'll take a listen.
How do you handle treatment of prisoners?
That's a loaded question. We err on the side of caution here, short of any physical abuse. But with the Crimson Fleet, you have to be very careful. If you give them an inch, they'll take a parsec and find a way to stab you with it.
Do the guards get into it with prisoners?
Verbally, yes. There's a lot of bad blood with the fleet stretching across generations, myself included. Sometimes that blood spills over. As long as there's no actual fighting, I tend to let both sides dish it out.
Security aside, we should try and keep things as humane as possible.
Yes, although it's always a balance. At the end of the day, these are ruthless pirates, and they will take advantage of any weakness you show.
That is a fair assessment.
I'll be the first to admit it's not an exact science, and we've made mistakes in the past with both the carrot and the stick. As chief officer of this brig, my worst fear is that we'll someday repeat them.
Why the fascination with the fleet's history?
The fleet and the UC are intertwined, and I've always felt knowing that past as an important part of what we do. In life, history can be a guide, a warning, or at times, a reflection. And if you want to know which one it is, you have to stare it in the face, regardless of how ugly it is.
Any problem securing Austin Rake?
No. The prisoner surrendered willingly, as per the terms of your deal. This is probably the safest place for him, if the fleet want him dead. You can chat with him, if you haven't already. I'm sure he has a lot to say. As you were.
SysDef Marines are the best of the best.
Now, where, oh where is Mr. Austin Rack? Where is Austin, old boy? Come on, where is he? I want to talk to him. There he is.
I guess you think I have some sad story to tell? That I met some sick orphans on New Homestead and grew a conscience? Or maybe you're the cynical type, and you think I turned a new leaf because I wanted SysDef to go easy on me. The truth is a bit more complicated than that.
I don't even remember who you are. Then explain it to me.
Sure, I got time. You see, at my age, you know who you are. And I've always been a thief. I'd swipe a cred stick for my own mother if it had enough zeros on it. But even in a group of cred-hungry thieves, a man has to have a code. Rules.
Honor among thieves.
I do. You finish the job, it's supposed to be done. You get the rush and the relief. But in the fleet, doing the job isn't the hard part. In the fleet, you gotta worry about the guy sleeping next to you, and if he's gonna take a bigger piece of the pie. You gotta wake up the next morning and wonder why your slice is missing and the crumbs are stuck to his face.
Why join a medical supply ship?
Well, for one, they don't have much in the way of loot, but they're still important to somebody. You can't just blow up one without it showing up on SSNN, or UC captain getting a 10-inch stack of slates on his desk. But more importantly, do-gooders are predictable. The pirate code changes depending on who's reciting it. Honest folks, they have a habit of writing their rules down. Why did I join the Regana? Truth is, I just wanted a good night's sleep.
Neva mentioned you changed your identity.
Yeah, I've had some work done. If you got the Crimson Fleet on your back, you would too. As for the name, that was actually the hard part. You can use 100 different aliases and the system will just add them to the list. Now you can pay a guy to delete the list, but nothing's ever really gone forever. Neva probably paid the same guy to hit rewind, and here we are.
Would you be interested in working for SysDef?
And put a bigger target on my back? As far as I'm concerned, the brig is the safest place I can be. The second you drag me into some private room, you're basically telling everyone here that I'm a rat.
The interrogation room. Man, I wanted to explore more of the ship, man. All I get are docking ports and lifts going up to the bridge. I want to go down to the freaking latrines, man.
Good day, Captain.
And we're off.
I'm sure they're sad to see you go.
I'm sure they're glad to see me be gone. Delivering dues. Eclectic murderer agent on Murfid 8 Alpha. Travels of the Dead. Alrighty. We're spooling, we're modding, we're spooling again, we're calculating trajectory, and we're off to the races. Woo! Yeah! Oh my god, bright light!
This is UC Space. You are cleared to dock with the den.
Clear for docking. I do like that you can hail.
I'm sure whoever's in that ship will be thrilled to see you.
Anything I can help you with?
How can I be of service, Captain?
I understand this station was once quite the luxurious place for UC military commanders. Based on what I see, I find that very hard to believe.
That's exactly your problem. You don't think. If you weren't such a lousy reporter, you wouldn't be stuck all the way out here.
I mean, I guess maybe that's true, but if so, you're just as stuck out here as I am. So what does that say?
Oh, wow. You really do want me to kick your ass, don't ya?
All right, that's enough. Bastion, go cool off. Get a drink.
Whatever. Fine.
Holden, I appreciate that you have a job to do. I really do. But you need to consider that you don't operate in a vacuum. If you're stationed here long term, that means you're around these people all day, every day. And they're not going to like it if you're making them look bad.
Lieutenant Commander Marquez, I appreciate your concern, but I have an obligation to SSNN to report on what I see.
I'm sure they do know that, Holden. I'm just saying, maybe use a little more discretion in your reporting. Maybe a lot. Don't worry. When the next big story breaks out here, I'll be sure to help you get the scoop, okay?
I will think on that. Thank you. If you're ever in New Atlantis, mind putting in a good word for me? I don't think my messages to SSNN are getting through.
No offense, but you seem out of place.
Well, I certainly feel that way. The Vanguard pilots don't seem to want to associate with me. And I don't agree with Mr. Romack's views on the colony war. So there are few options left to me. You know, I really thought volunteering for this assignment was going to be the boost to my career that I was looking for. Now I suspect even SSNN has forgotten about me.
People don't appreciate feeling like someone's watching on them to report their every movement.
But that's not at all what I'm doing. I feel like no one is listening to me. Well, the Vanguard you know, so I've been told.
Tell me more about SSN.
Why, certainly.
The
Settled Systems News Network is the longest-running news service in, well, the Settled Systems. Reporters are dispatched all over, keeping an ear to the ground for some breaking news that should be known to everyone. It can, admittedly, be a bit of a pain making sure those stories reach our central office in New Atlantis. But until someone invents faster-than-light communication, it's the best we can do. Farewell, then.
Accidentally kill him, imagine.
Hey, newbie. It's a nice set of boots you got there. They for sale? I'll give you, say, 500 credits for them. They'd look better on me anyway.
What's wrong with the ones you're wearing?
Nothing. I just want yours.
Trust me, you don't want these boots.
I don't know. Looks like they're perfect. Sturdy, polished, and just my size. But fine. If you don't want to sell, it's your loss.
If you see anything unusual or illegal, make sure you report it. Vanguard's here for a reason.
Another day,
We'll take care of
another
it.
shift.
Haven't seen you around here before. Welcome to the den. Reina Marquez. I head up the Vanguard station here.
Good to see another Vanguard pilot. You assigned here, or just passing through?
Just taking a look around.
Right. Okay. Good. Was afraid I'd gotten another transfer without any warning. Nothing against you personally, of course.
What is with this
I'm
clown?
responsible for before they show up on my doorstep.
It's just like, it's
You
like,
need
hey,
anything?
ma'am,
Say the
please
word.
move out the way.
Short on luxuries here, but for a fellow Vanguard, I'll do what I can to help.
You see a lot of action out here?
Might be counterintuitive, but no, we don't. It's pretty quiet, and some of us deal with that better than
Oh
others.
my god, this guy's just like,
We get
man,
the
please,
occasional distress
please let me
calls.
move.
Sometimes Varun stirs up trouble, but there's a lot
I
of
can't even be angry about it. This is the shit I love. It's minor. It's inconvenient. It's not inconvenient. It's just out of the way. It's funny. Has the Vanguard always been stationed at this base?
Oh gosh, no. Vanguard wasn't even a thought back when this place was first built. The den, the original den, mind you, got blown up during the Serpent's Crusade. UC Navy immediately rebuilt the station. I think largely out of spite. Sometimes I think that's why they keep it operational too. Certainly hasn't had much real purpose since the Colony War ended. I'm glad we have it as a post, and Marcel and the Trade Authority do some decent business, which I try very hard not to pay attention to. But the station has never recaptured that old glory. Don't think it ever will, really.
What does the Vanguard do here?
The same thing we do everywhere else. Fill in the gaps for the UC Navy. Help keep the settled systems peaceful and safe. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge all the way out here, but we try our best. I wouldn't mind a little more support from New Atlantis, but I know things are tough all over. Vanguard's here if you need us.
Always a pleasure to meet someone new. Welcome to the Trade Authority. I'm Marcel, and if there's anything I can do for you, please, do let me know. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied.
Jesus Christ, this
And
guy's got
seeing as the
freaking,
Trade Authority is the
he's
only
got them
fully licensed
eyelashes
operator
and
for the
freaking
den,
prim
I'm
cut
afraid your
fucking
alternatives
brows.
are, shall we say,
Damn, bro.
slim. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all future interactions are profitable for both of us.
Trade Authority operates all the way out here?
If there are deals to be made, you'll find that we'll go to great lengths to take advantage of them. My primary role here is to oversee logistics operations for our many trade routes in the area, but I convinced my superiors that it was worth setting up something more customer-oriented. I'm told that they are quite pleased with the results.
Let's see what you got for sale.
I hope we have what you need.
Let's see about that. Shock Trooper ooh, that's nice. That's a very nice suit. Now that's a helmet. Hell yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the Shock Trooper suit too. Got any weapons? Like, I don't know, you just happen to have an M4 or something? Old world modified pistol, just a 1911, flat out still. Can't change my mind, that's not what the fuck it is. The pacifier, a rescue axe. Old Earth hunting rifle, that's not a hunting rifle, that's literally a military grade sniper rifle. The fuck type of shit were you hunting back then with a VS Ventures? Seriously, what the hell would you fucking be hunting? Goddamn polar bears? People? That's the only shit you be hunting, man. Oh, man. It's just too funny. Alrighty.
I try not to trade in.
Let's see here. Shock Trooper spacesuit. Alright, alright, alright. Bam, I look like I'm from Mass Effect Andromeda. Except slightly better, I imagine. Man, this helmet is just great though. Look at that. It almost universally fits with any outfit. Oh man, this is great though. The Deep Seeker helmet. Excellent.
Gossip, but if you have any verifiable information, I'm all ears.
Just gotta love that wide head, opaque, tinted look. I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave things off for today. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this stream. It's getting late on my end. If you want to see more, I'll be streaming again tomorrow around the time of 8:30 or whenever the hell I feel like it around that time. And yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon, and I'm gonna be playing this for the next half hour before I go to sleep.